Hi, 6th grade. I realized I wanted to do one more problem with you in lesson 1.4 on page 31. I want you to look at example 2 where you use ratio tables to compare relationships. Roman is considering different bird seeds to fill his bird feeder, measured in ounces. Recipe A has a sunflower seed to peanut ratio of 2 to 3. Recipe B has a ratio of 3 to 4. Recipe C has a ratio of 5 to 6, and they already put it in the table for you. Which recipe has the greatest ratio of ounces of sunflower seeds to ounces of peanuts? We're going to fill in the ratio table to figure this out. It says find equal ratios to compare the relationships. So the first way we do that is we're just going to fill in our tables, counting by 2's here and 3's here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 6, 9, 12, and we're going to continue doing the same thing, filling in these tables. 3, 6, 9, 12, 4, 8, 12, 16, 5, 10, 15, 20, 6, 12, 18, 24. Let's go back to the question. Which recipe has the greatest amount of ounces of sunflower seeds to ounces of peanuts? Well, the only way to figure that out is for the peanuts to be the same. So the point at which they all have the same amount of peanuts, in this case, this one's 8 to 12. Recipe B would be 9 to 12. And recipe C is 10 to 12. When they all have 12 peanuts, you can then compare how many sunflower seeds they have. Recipe C has the most. And that actually answers, we're going to answer the question over here too. They go together. Recipe C has the most sunflower seeds. Which quantity will you make equivalent in each ratio in order to compare the other quantity? Here's where we had to clarify. Once the peanuts have the same amount, you can then compare the sunflower seeds. I want you to flip it over, and we're going to do one more just like this together. On page 32 in your workbook, it says, check. When working on homework, Bailey spends 15 minutes reading every 20 minutes spent on math. Aisha spends 12 minutes reading for every 15 minutes on math, and Tyler spends 7 minutes reading for every 10 minutes on math. Which person has the greatest ratio, let's highlight our question, of minutes spent on reading to minutes spent on math? We have to use the ratio they give us, put it in the table, and then we'll go back and answer our question. Bailey spends, her ratio is 15 to 20, so we're going to count by 15s on top and 20 on the bottom. Count by 20s. Aisha is 12 to 15. Count by 12s. Fifteens on the bottom. Tyler's is counting by 7s on top and 10s on the bottom. we have to figure out the point at which they are the same. So when they have the same amount of math minutes, who has more reading minutes? They both share a 60 for math. So we want to look and see who has the most reading minutes. 45, 48, 42. Aisha has the most. We're going to work on the practice problems in your workbook.